episode of the cover song series. I can't honestly believe I hadn't done this particular song before. We have talked about both of these artists in numerous videos on this channel. And there's been a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of mentioning. I'm just going to cut to the chase. Today, we are doing the song Hallelujah, originally done by Leonard Cohen and masterfully, artfully covered by Jeff Buckley. When I was doing I did my cover song reset like 10, 20 videos ago. And one of the things I talked about in that series was the criteria I come up with for how I rate these songs and what I'm looking for. And just as a listener and a fan, the things that have attracted me to cover songs I like. The thing about the song we're going to talk about today, Hallelujah, by Jeff Buckley, it's probably the definitive song that I look for. It's the definitive song. It's the song that kind of got me to want to do this series. And it's because it answers it raises and answers a lot of questions when you talk about cover songs and the longevity of them in music. Like, can a cover song supplant the original? And we know there are cases where that's true. We know there Tina Turner's cover of Proud Mary, Tina and Ike Turner, that's the standard, and it doesn't matter that Creedence originally did it. Even John Fogerty's like, no, that's her song. I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton. Dolly's like, no, that's Whitney's song. Bob Dylan has taken to playing All Along the Watchtower in the fashion that Jimi Hendrix did it, because he believes that's Jimi Hendrix's song. So all these moments where the cover song becomes the standard because it so elevates and so changes the song and fans' relationship to it. Hallelujah is another one in that line. It was originally written by Leonard Norman Cohen, who was born September 21st, 1934 and died November 7th, 2016. He's in the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. He's in the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's a well-renowned singer, songwriter, poet, and novelist. His songs really just covered what could just be summed up as a human condition: regret, desire, loss, betrayal, political conflict. Like, what people are doing, that's what he talked about. His most famous song, which is Hallelujah, was released on his 7th album, entitled Various Positions, in 1984. If you listen to his earlier work, he doesn't get that gravelly, low-tone voice that you'll hear on other songs and other covers of his songs. If you've ever seen the movie Pump Up the Volume, you've heard Leonard Cohen's voice. Along with Suzanne, like I said earlier, Hallelujah is arguably most famous song. The original version is in 6/8 time, which evokes both a waltz and gospel music. So, and it's written in the key of C major, and the chord progression matches the lyrics in the song. Quote, it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, and the major lift. So we're talking about C major, F major, G major, then A minor, and then F. Originally, he wrote like 80 verses of this song. He did it in one writing session that was in the Royalton Hotel in New York, pretty much just sitting in the floor in his underwear, just putting the paint on the page. The song contains several biblical references, most notably evoking the stories of Samson and Delilah from the book of Judges, which talks about she cut your hair, and the adulterous King David and Bathsheba, where it talks about you saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. I think I actually put this song on a list of songs with religious lyrics or overtones. I think that might be on the other channel. I'll probably put a link to that list in the description box. So, like I said, his song is written in a certain way. It's got the gravelly voice, and it's iconic. And part of the reason it's iconic is a lot of people have covered it, and it's been used. His version has even been used in a lot of places. Jeffrey Scott Buckley, who was also raised as Scott Moorhead, was born November 17th, 1966, died May 29th, 1997. His father was Tim Buckley, who was also a musician. They share the same manager, Herb Cohen. The song we're talking about today, Hallelujah, was released on his only studio album entitled Grace in 1994. That album includes 3 covers. Lilac Wine, which is based on the version by Nina Simone, which is originally made famous by Elkie Brooks. That's probably going to be another episode. Corpus Christi Carol from Benjamin Britten's A Boy Was Born, Opus 3, which Buckley got introduced in high school. I might do that one. And the one we're doing today. Except that Jeff's version was based on John Cale's recording from the Cohen tribute album, I'm Your Fan. Short history of John Cale. John Cale was a Welsh artist. He is most notably known for being an original member of the Velvet Underground. He recorded the I'm Your Fan, or helped lend the track to the I'm Your Fan album. And there are a lot of actually great covers on that record. But what he did with it was, so instead of the 6/8 time, instead of having it be a waltz, what John Cale does is he does a mid-tempo piano arrangement, which is pretty much the basis of that song, and it's the standard by other people, the way other people cover it. All Jeff does in the song is on the Grace version, it's just it's that piano arrangement, but it's an organ. So, like I said, Jeff's cover has become the standard. It's been used in the Posse Comitatus episode of The West Wing. It got a bunch of resurgence in 2008 and ended up being number 1 for a few days on the Billboard Hot 100. The reason that it's an all-time cover, and the reason that it's the standard for what I started like listening to cover songs and going, oh, this is how you change a song and make it better at, like the basic thing you want to do is make the song your own and then add what you do to it. Like, make your thing your thing. You don't want to do like a shot-for-shot remake of a movie. You want to add something to it. So he just takes the arrangement, the John Cale arrangement, and uses an organ with it, but it's just him and an organ and maybe a rhythm guitar on the version that's on Grace. And you get this full sound, and it's just him and a guitar and his keyboard is playing keyboards. And it's this huge studio sound. Live, he usually used a slide guitar. And I think that version might be on the Live from St. E album. But the reason it's the standard is because, like I said, he completely rearranges it. He adds his own thing to it, and now it's iconic. It's up there with Jimi Hendrix. It's up there with Ike and Tina Turner. Is it the Mount Rushmore of cover songs? That might be a separate episode too. I have to think about that one. But yeah, I'm gonna put a link to the description in the description box to the other cover song video, and you should have seen the links to these songs and listen to them while we were talking about it, because I put that in the beginning. But if you have any other thoughts on these 2 songs or any other cover songs you think I should do, Tell me about it. Let me know. Put it in the comment section and we will cover it here at Mixtapes and Mistakes, the cover song series. Thanks for watching. See you later.